We look at the matchups and conditions at Ahmedabad. The ground dimensions are pretty small, 72 meters straight boundary, 64 to 70 meters square boundary, so there's not a lot of variance there. The pitch is a mix of both red and black soil, which means there's something for both the pace bowlers and the spinners. But because it's predominantly a red soil pitch, you'll see more support for the pace bowlers than the spinners in the shorter format. The outfield is fast, so you can see batsmen looking to get place the ball into the gaps during the power play and the middle overs to get a lot of boundaries. So the averages in this ground in the power play, the average score is 54 for 1. It can go up to 61 for 2. Between overs 7 to 10, the average is 34 for 1. Between 11 to 15, it's an acceleration phase where you get 49 for 2. And in the death, you can get up to 52 for 3. So here you want to set yourselves up in the first 10 overs, get about 95 to 96 runs, and in the last 10 overs, get 100 runs to take you to a score as close to 200. A winning score on this pitch will likely be 200. So for the newer viewers or viewers who don't really watch cricket a lot, this is an important slide for you because if you're watching the game in a watch party or if you're just watching with family, these should give you a decent idea of how far the team should be as you prolong through the innings. If a team is above the average score, then they're going at a good rate. And remember that a wicket usually equals 7 runs in T20. So you can calculate for yourself where the team is at these stages. The matchups, we'll go through the main batsmen for both sides and see how they fare against different types of bowlers. Sanju Samson has struggled a bit with pace, but he's been brilliant against spin. He's not been dismissed yet, but he's played brilliantly against off spin and left arm orthodox, which are the main bowlers for New Zealand. He struggled a little bit with right arm pace, but I don't think Lockie Ferguson or Matt Henry are going to give him much trouble, especially because neither of them are too adept at bowling the short ball, which he struggled with over the last few years. If they're bowling fuller length, Sanju Samson is going to get above them 9 times out of 10. Again, his struggle is a little bit with left arm wrist spin, but that's not really going to be a problem because New Zealand don't have one. So for Abhishek Sharma, he's done incredibly well against pace. Off spin has been a problem of recently, but usually, according to his technique, it shouldn't really be a problem. It's just that he's looking to get clearance, and it's just that he likes a little bit of width on the ball, and when the ball is bowled into his pad, it's just that he likes to get a little bit of width on the ball, and when the ball is bowled into his pad, he struggles a little bit. But I expect him to come out of it pretty well. Again, he's got a good average against left arm orthodox, which Mitch Santner bowls, and he's got a very high strike rate. Same with off spin. No leg spinners, low left arm pacers again. And right arm pace, he's done incredibly well, and I think he'll continue to do. That's why I think Abhishek Sharma is going to do well today. Now Ishan Kishan, he's not done that great against right arm pace, so that could be a matchup that Matt Henry looks to exploit. He's done well against off spin and left arm orthodox, so that's not really going to be a problem area for him. Maybe only the right arm pace, especially if there's an early wicket and he's brought in during the power play and Matt Henry's on the roll, that could be a problem area. Now Surya Kumar Yadav, the captain, he struggles against left arm pace, but left arm pace and left arm wrist spin, but neither are there in the team. Right arm pace, he's done well. Most of his dismissals have been when he's tried to get a big shot off, especially during the death. He's done incredibly well against spin, and if he's somebody who's brought in past the power play, I think he can really take India to a good score. He's probably going to be one of the best batsmen because he's got a high average against right arm pace, high average against off spin, and a very high average against left arm orthodox. I think if he can take down Mitch Santner, if he can get Mitch Santner to even 4 overs, 36 or 37, I think New Zealand are going to be in a lot of trouble. And that could be the factor that takes India from a score of 200 to 220 or allows them to chase down the total that little bit quicker. Said, I think Tilak Varma should be brought in a little bit earlier than usual. If he can be brought in at 4 and Surya Kumar Yadav a little bit further down the order, it could be beneficial for India, especially given the matchups. Now, for Hardik Pandya, don't consider the average against pace for now. He's very good at taking down spinners, but he struggled a little bit against left arm orthodox, and they've had the better of him and they've kept him quiet a little bit. That strike rate of 143 is pretty low for him, so maybe Mitch Santner bowling to him could be an ideal matchup for New Zealand. Shivam Dube, you can see through this why he's an elite striker of spin. His average against off spin is a little bit worse than what you would expect, just 31.7. Bowlers like Glenn Phillips and Cole McConkey will be brought in when Shivam Dube is into bat. And since 2024, he's not been dismissed by left arm orthodox bowlers. So Mitch Santner will want to keep himself away from Shivam Dube, especially because he's striking at 177.8. Unfortunately, New Zealand don't have a leg spinner. If they did, Shivam Dube would be the best option to combat that because he's got an average of he's got 110 runs in 51 balls at a strike rate of 215. Now moving on to the New Zealand batsman, we have Finn Allen, who's really good at taking down pace. He has an incredibly high strike rate of 189.3. He struggles a bit against left arm pace, so Arshdeep Singh coming in is going to be a very good option. If not that, maybe unfortunately, since Washington Sundar will not be playing, India don't have the option of going to an off spinner, but they could go towards Varun Chakravarti because he does have three dismissals against leg spin, even if it means that he goes for some extra runs. Now Tim Seifert has struggled a bit with right arm pace, so you want to see Hardik Pandya or Jasprit Bumrah coming to bowl against him. He's done very well against off spin, which isn't really a factor. He's done well against left arm orthodox bowlers, but he has a very high dot percentage. On the other hand, he has a high strike rate against leg spinners, but a very low average. So if Tim Seifert gets past the power play, what I would do is I would bowl Akshar Patel on one end, and Varun on the other end. Varun Chakravarti is looking to get his wicket. Now Daryl Mitchell is a very good player of spin, and this is evident because he's done well against off spinners. He's done well against leg spinners. However, since 2024, he struggled a bit with left arm orthodox spinners. So probably Akshar Patel is your best option, and I don't think Daryl Mitchell will be looking to take on Aksa directly. I think he'll be looking to rotate the strike. And he struggled a little bit with left arm pace. Given that New Zealand have played Daryl Mitchell predominantly lower down the order, there is a good chance that Arshdeep Singh has a chance of getting him out. Now, Rachin Ravindra is a player who struggles more with right arm pace than left arm pace and off spinners. He's done well against leg spinners and he's been very aggressive towards them. Although he's just faced 22 balls, he has got 47 runs against them. He's also struggled a little bit with left arm orthodox bowlers and he has a very high dot percentage against them. That the fact that he's mostly playing them in the middle overs, that could be a choking point for New Zealand if Rachin Ravindra plays the role. That was the end of the analysis. Now let's get into the predictions. My first prediction is that Abhishek Sharma will score more than 30 runs in today's game. My second prediction is that Arshdeep Singh will pick up two or more wickets in today's game. My third prediction is that Daryl Mitchell will be the highest run scorer in the New Zealand innings. My fourth prediction is that it will be a close match. India will have the advantage pretty much throughout the game. There will be a point where you think, yes, India is definitely going to win this. And then New Zealand will make a small inroad and you have it out, but India will win the game comfortably, but it will still be an entertaining match to watch. My fifth prediction will be that it will be a 200 plus score if India bat first. My sixth prediction and final prediction is that India will win the World Cup. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. If you like this video, there are two other parts that analyze other aspects of this game. So link is in the description. Go check it out.